Hello, guys! I am Ma'am Femia Cabalza, your teacher in mathematics. How are you? I hope everybody is fine. Today, class, we will be discussing the basic concepts and terms in geometry. So, listen attentively and participate. But before we start, may we have a short prayer. All together we say, Father God, come be with us today. Fill our hearts with joy. Fill our minds with learning. Fill our classroom with peace. Fill our lessons with fun. Fill our friendships with kindness. Fill our school with love. Amen. Okay, all right. So let's get ready. Everybody's fine. So this time, we will take up now our lesson. The first lesson is on undefined terms. What do you mean by undefined terms, class? Okay? If we say undefined terms, they are words that could only be described through examples. In geometry, there are three undefined terms. We have the first one is a point. What is a point? Point is described as the simplest figure. It can be represented by a dot and you can name it with a capital letter. Take note, class, you will use capital letter in naming a point. It has no dimension, no length, no width, no thickness, and occupies no space. A point has only location. So I have here an example of a point. We have there point P, or simply a capital letter P. Again, a point is named with a capital letter. So that's the first undefined term in geometry. The next one is a line. What is a line? In geometry, a line is a straight, continuous arrangement of infinitely many points. It extends forever in both directions. And a line has an infinite length but has no width or thickness. So we have there an example of a line. What can you see on the line? There are 2 points on the line. We have points A and B. In naming a line, therefore, use the two capital letters that you can see on the line. I'll repeat, in naming a line, use two capital letters that you can see on the line. So, we can name this as line AB or line BA. The symbol above AB and BA is the symbol for line. So, be very careful in writing the symbol. That is the symbol for line. Aside from using two letters in naming a line, we can also use a small letter on the line. So, on the next figure, we can name it as line M. Okay, very good. So again, may we repeat? In naming a line, you can use the two letters on the line or a small letter that you can see on the line. Another undefined term, class, is plane. It's not an airplane, huh? So it's just a plane. What is a plane? So a plane is a flat figure or surface rather that has infinite length and width but no thickness. It extends infinitely along its length and width. So you can see there a plane. Now, in naming a plane, you can use three letters or four letters that you can see on the plane. So in this figure, we can name it as plain, Love, or plain love. Or you can use 3 letters as long as it is on the plane. Okay? Now, if you can also see a letter inside the plane, then we can also name it as plane F. Okay? Now, another example of a plane is this one. There are points on the plane, which is point G, point E, and point M. Those are the points on the corners of the triangle. So, we can also name this as plane GEM or plane EMG or plane MGE. But I only use the gem because it has a meaning. Even on the first plane, which is the plane love, you can also name it as OVEL or VELO or ELOV, but I use love because it has meaning. That's it. But you can use the 4 letters. What is important is it is on the plane. Even in plane GAM, you can use the rumbled letter as long as it is in the plane. Okay? So may we review, class? The 3 undefined terms in geometry, we have the point, the line, and the plane. So this time, you are going to answer an activity. So the first activity is entitled, Can you identify me? Okay, we have here the direction. Determine whether the following represent a point, a line, or a plane. So your answer will only be point, line, or a plane. I give 10 items here and I will give you 4 minutes to finish. So for the first slide, I place 5 items here. The first one is a star in the sky. Identify whether it represents a point, a line, or a plane. So number 2, the width of the board. Next, edge of the table, a handkerchief, and a clothesline. So I'll give you 1 minute to finish. Okay, you just identify whether it represents a point, a line, or a plane. Read it carefully. Okay, may we check your work now for 1 to 5? So what's your answer for... okay, may we check now your work? So for number 1, a star in the sky represents a point. Okay, very good. Next, the width of the board represents a line. How about the edge of the table? It represents a line also. A handkerchief, which, when it is open, represents a plane. And for a clothesline, it represents a line. Who got 5 in this first activity? First 5. Okay, let's continue. Next is, for number 6, surface of the table, that of a small eye, intersection of the ceiling and wall, tip of a pencil, and a TV monitor. Again, I'll give you 1 minute to finish. The surface of the table, that of a small eye, intersection of the ceiling and wall, and tip of a pencil, and a TV monitor. You just identify whether they represent a point, a line, or a plane. Okay, may we check your work now? For number 6, surface of the table represents a plane. Okay. How about that of a small eye? It represents a point. Then, the intersection of the ceiling and the wall represents a line. How about the tip of a pencil? It represents a point. You are very good. And the TV monitor represents a plane. Okay. So count the number of checks you got and then just record by yourself. This time, we will also take up activity 2. Activity 2 is entitled, Do You Know Me? Okay. So what can you see there? It's a plane. And how do you name the plane again? You can name it by the 4 letters on the plane or using 3 letters. Can you use 2 letters? No. Only in the line you will use 2 letters in naming a line, 1 letter for point, and for plane you can use 3 letters or 4 letters. Okay. So we have the plain math. Given the plain math, you are going to name the following. So, I'm sorry, you name at least 2 intersecting lines. What do you mean by intersecting lines? So if we say intersecting, they have their common endpoint. They meet at a common point. That is intersecting lines. They meet at a common point. So what are 2 intersecting lines that you know? Let's check your answer. So we have line MA. Can you see the line? And line AT. Where did they intersect? They intersect at point A. We have also line AT and line TH. And they intersect at point T. Then we have also line TH and line HM. Line HM and line MA. So those are intersecting lines. Okay, let's take number 2. How about 2 intersecting planes? 2 intersecting planes. Okay, let's check your answer. So we have plane MAT. Can you see the plane? It's the upper triangle. And line THM. Can you also see the plane? Okay, it's on the lower triangle. So they are the 2 intersecting planes. Number 3, a line that intersects 2 planes. What line intersects the 2 planes? We have line MT. Okay, number 4. What is the point of intersection between MA, line MA, and AT? It is point A. Then number 5, what are the points in plane M? So there are points M, A, T, H. Okay, do you know now, class? Can we proceed or do you have any question? So this time we'll proceed to the next. We have collinear points. What do you mean by collinear points? From the word co and then line, linear. So if we say collinear points, they are points that lie on the same line. Example, there we have a line and there are 3 points on the line. Therefore, points A, B, C are collinear. How about on the other figure? What are the collinear points? Okay, so we have points JO. Can you see that? Points OB and points BJ. They are collinear. There. J and O, they are on the same line. O and B are also in the same line. J and B are also in the same line. But are points J, O, B collinear? No, they are non-collinear because they do not lie on the same line. Okay? Next, we have coplanar. What do you mean by coplanar points? Let's check the figure. So in the figure, you have points D, E, and F, and G. D, E, F, G. Can you see the figure? Can you see the points? Now, what do you think are the coplanar points there? If you say D, E, F are coplanar, then you are correct. D, E, and F are coplanar. Why are they coplanar? So let's answer afterward. How about D, E, F, and G? Are they coplanar? No, they are non-coplanar. Now, basing from the given example, how do you define coplanar points? So, coplanar points are points on the same plane. Like in points D, E, F, they are located on the same plane, so they are coplanar. But G is outside the plane. That's why points D, E, F, and G are non-coplanar. So this time, let's answer another. Okay, this time, we will answer an activity which is entitled Try Me. Can you see the plane? Can you see lines on it? So in this activity, you will answer 4 questions. These are the 4 questions. Name the plane with 3 letters. Name the 3 collinear points. Name points not on the plane. Are points F, D, and E and B coplanar? So, let's check your answers. If you have already, for question number 1, name the plane with 3 letters. Okay, so we have there, plane BDE. So, are points BDE located on the plane? If yes, then you are correct. You can also use any other letters as long as they are located inside the plane. Okay? Now, you are also to name 3 collinear points. What are the collinear points? So, we have there points ABC, points GH, and points EG. So, ABC lie on the same line. GH are also on the same line. EG are also on the same line. So they are collinear lines. Collinear points, rather. How about the points not on the plane? So it is very visible that points A, C, and F are not on the plane. Then, for number 4, are points F, D, E, and B coplanar? And the answer is no. Yan. It's no. Why? Because they do not lie on the same plane. So they are non-coplanar. Therefore, points F, D, E, and B are non-coplanar. Okay? So this time, we will also take defined terms. We are done on undefined terms. What are the undefined terms again? We have point, line, plane. So this time, we will also take defined terms. What are defined terms? So if we say defined terms, they are terms that can be described using known terms like point or line. So may we recall what line is and how to name a line? So if we say line, It is a straight, continuous arrangement of infinitely many points. It extends forever in both directions. It has an infinite length but has no width or thickness. So you have there. Again, in naming a line, you can use 2 points on the line, capital letter only. Or you can also use a small letter on the line. So, in the first figure, we can name it as line AB or line BA or line M. Take note of the symbol of a line. The symbol above AB or BA is the symbol for a line. Now, what is the use of recalling this line? The reason is we will be discussing on the subsets of a line. So there are two subsets of a line. Okay, so there are two subsets of a line. The first one is a segment. What is a segment or a line segment? It is a subset of a line having two endpoints and all the points in the line between the two endpoints. And a line segment can be named by two letters on its endpoints. Again, in naming a line segment, use the two letters on its endpoints. Say for example, we have there a segment and 2 points are placed on the segment with points A, B, then we can name this as line segment AB or line segment BA. Take note class, the symbol above AB or BA is the symbol for line segment. Suppose I am going to draw another segment there and place 3 points on it. Points P, Q, and R. How many line segments were formed? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? Okay, let's check your guess. Let's identify the line segments that are formed in this figure. The first one is line segment PQ or QP. Can you see the line segment? Then we have QR or RQ. And we have also line segment PR and line segment RP. So, there are three line segments that you can see in the figure. Okay? So, aside from line segments, we have also another subset of a line class is array. But what is array? Array is a line which starts at one endpoint and goes the other direction indefinitely. For a line segment, it has two endpoints, but for array, it has only one endpoint. And in naming array, you are going to use two letters, wherein the first letter is the letter at the endpoint. Say for example, we have here point F, and array is drawn from point F, and another point is written or drawn on the ray. Then in naming this ray, we name it as ray FB. In symbol, we have the ray FB. The symbol above FB class is the symbol for array. Okay? Can we interchange the letters? Can we name it as BF? The answer is no, we cannot. Because the endpoint of the ray is point F. That is why you can only name it as FB. We cannot name it as ray BF, but instead we name it as ray FB. Another figure, we have the array and points J, O, and Y are on the ray. How do we name the ray? What are the three ways in naming the ray? So let's check your answers. We can name it as ray JO. Okay. So the endpoint is point J extended to O. Then, we can also name it as ray OY. And we can also name it as ray JY. Okay? So there are three ways here in naming the ray. Now, we have also what we call the opposite rays. If we say opposite, it's just the other way around. So like the opposite of right is left, the opposite of up is down. So for rays, they have also opposite. Now, what can you see in the screen? It is a line, right? Suppose I am going to draw 3 points on the line. Points J, O, and B. If O is between J and B, what will be the opposite rays that are formed in this figure? What do you think? What do you think are the opposite rays if O is between J and B? Okay, let's see. So if O is between J and B, then ray OJ, which is to the left, and ray OB, which is going to the right, are opposite rays. The other one is to the left, and ray OB is to the right. Therefore, they goes in opposite direction. Therefore, they are called opposite rays. Okay? So, this time, we will be answering an activity. This time, class, we will be answering an activity. The activity is entitled, Can You Name Me? Okay. So, can you see the figure? Now, from the figure below, answer the following. I have prepared 4 questions for this figure and for this activity. So, the first question is, identify the line segments. Next, name the line in 3 ways. Name at least 3 rays. And 4, give the opposite rays. I will be giving you 1 minute to answer. And after that, we will process your answers. Okay? Identify the line segments. Name the line in 3 ways. Name at least 3 rays. Give the opposite rays. Okay? So, be very careful in using the symbols for line segments, and rays. They must not be interchanged. So, may we check your answers now? What are the different line segments that you can see in the figure? We have there line segment OD, line segment OG, line segment GD or DG, and line segment OB. Okay? Are you correct? Next question. Name the line in 3 ways. So we can name it as line OD, line OG, or line GD. For number 3, name at least 3 rays. So I had identified 4 there so that you can check it. But I just required you to have 3. That's why I placed there at least. Okay? Name at least 3 rays. So what are these 3 rays? We have the ray OD, ray OG, ray GD or DG, and ray OB. I'm sorry I wasn't able to place the symbol for ray OB, but that is ray OB. And what are the opposite rays? Let's see. We have there OD and ray OG. They are the opposite rays. Okay? Activity B is still on activity 4. So there are two intersecting lines here, and there are three questions. From the figure, you name the line segments, the rays, and the opposite rays. Name the line segments, the rays, and the opposite rays. Do you have your answers now? So let's check. For the line segments, we have AM, line segment AM. Can you see? Line segment AB, line segment BM, or MB, pwede rin. Then line segment AG, line segment AL, and line segment LG or GL. For the rays, we have ray AM, ray AB, ray BM or ray MB, then ray AG, ray AL, ray LG or ray GL. Okay. And then the last, the opposite rays. What are the opposite rays? Again, check your answers. So we have ray AL and AG. They are opposites. Ray AM and ray AB are also opposites. Can you understand now, class? Any question? If you have questions, you just PM me in my account, messenger account, or call me in my number. I'm always available, especially when you really need my help. Okay? I am always of help to you if you need me. Okay? Just PM me or just call me on my number. So, for your assignment class, answer the activities in your module to be passed during the next retrieval of answer sheets. Good luck, guys! Just enjoy answering your activities. Don't be stressed. Remember, math is fun. Let us love it. Again, I am Ma'am Femia Cabalza, your mathematics teacher. Thank you. I'm already signing out. See you next time.